You talk about separation, man. People don't want to hear that, man. They don't want to hear that. I mean, they want to have 1 foot in and 1 foot out. You know, some people, they talk about building these indigenous communities, and but they don't do nothing. But they still have an American mindset. So when they start to design the community on paper, it takes the same characteristics of America and brings it into that new community. So like, you're wasting your time. We're supposed to be separating the technologies that we start with was solar energy. From there, it's a lot of other technologies, magnetic energy. All these type of technology and godly technologies will be born from the people, or those what white folks call indigo folks, from the 144,000, because the consciousness starts to become extremely active at that point. Not as soon as you go out there, but just throughout time, throughout the years, it just start growing and growing and growing. Remember, the elders teach that by the year 2050, all will be resurrected, all 144,000, which some of them already have. But in order for those sensitive sciences to be born again, they are born in the consciousness of the people. They start to remember them. You have people that will come to help you, but they can't do it in this environment. So we have to have our own thing. These teachings are extremely sacred. You can't let the white man get his hands on them. Cannot let him get his hands on them. You see that? You hear me? Can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if somebody really about, if you're really about black power, then we got to go take it all the way. Can't just hold up a fist and still eating like the white man and everything. We got to stop doing that. Me personally, I'm not against I'm not against eating a person eating meat. The Dogon elders and high priests eat meat, but they say they eat far little. The Botswana elders, but they don't eat it because how do they say it? They mainly eat that because of the deterioration factors of the body and how they eat, because it's extremely hard to eat only twice a week, and you just eat one salad, you know. Eat twice or some beans or something. You just soup. That's it. For some people, it depends on the person's body. For some people, they can't do it. I know people that have had, ate healthy vegetarian diets. They eat no meat, no cheese, none of that. Ate beans, navy beans, actually a variety of beans, which those beans, of course, are for animals' use. The only ones for us is the tiny lentils and legumes and navy beans. They got actually brain issues. They got brain problems, brain complications where they have to take certain supplements for the rest of their life. I'm not saying everybody's body react like that, with a vegetarian or vegan diet. But that's just how their body reacted. Some of those elders over there, the type of meat that they eating is not the type of meat that people eating over here. It's just different types of meat. And this stuff over here is slop. What you say, Sister Reninitette? Over 75% of chickens in the U.S. have what in it? Arsenic.
Hello?
Wait a way. Yeah. Over 75% of the chickens in the U.S. have arsenic in it. It's so much in the foods that we eat. So depending on the environment, of course, you got to adjust the diet accordingly.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. What did you just say? I heard you said 75% of the chicken has what in it?
No, over 75% of the chickens you were saying had arsenic in it.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's like and most of the foods over here is depleted. So you have to take supplements. You know, it's crazy. You see. So you'll find if you get around Nigerians, Cameroonians, people from the Congo that's over here in the United States, if you ever go to their house and look in their refrigerator, you be seeing stuff totally different. You know, like, where did you get that from? Because they don't sell that here. Where did you get that from? So they have their own grocery stores. You walk in the grocery store, it's a strong stench in that grocery store, strong smell of all the foods. So they grow that. They got the stuff there to transport it here, and the nutritional value is much higher in their food than what we have here. So if you could take some of the food that they eat and go by the guidelines of how to eat to live and eat only once every 3 days, like Papa Amin was doing, then, oh, man, you got it. You know, from that point, that's your foundation. That's also a part of the purification for your body. You understand? So you got that, like the good brother Omar, what is his name, Umar Johnson? What did he say? You can control what you put in your body. You can control everything else. He didn't say it word for word, but if you can control what you put in your body, you can regulate everything and anything. So that's the foundation. When you have that in order, and then do your spiritual practices and mental exercises and communication with your ancestors, boy, another dimension will open up for you. A whole other dimension, like never before in your life.
Excuse me. My name is I'm Dennis Williams. I'm listening to what you're saying. I've been dealing with this entire issue that you're speaking of for a very long time. For myself, 30 some years. And myself, I'm married to a white woman, and I've been dealing with the white culture for a very long time. And a lot of the things that you're saying, there's a lot more to it. And recently, I'm 52 now. Recently, I started to find out more about what they're actually doing. And a lot of, if you're not aware of it, they will take over everything and try to take everything from you to control what you do and how you do it. And unfortunately, I got myself wrapped up into something that I did not know, because my entire life, I've lived my life that everybody was the same. God put everybody here to live in harmony. But I realized over the years that they are not here to make sure that your life is in harmony with anything. And now I'm at the point to where I'm trying to find a different avenue and still keep my sense of sanity dealing with them.
Right.
So I'm here to try to just listen to what everybody has to say and just try to come to peace with everything that's already happened. And I'm not sure if this goes along with what you're talking about, but I'm just letting you know that some of the stuff that I hear goes along with it, but it's a lot more to it. And if you're not aware of your surroundings, you will get swallowed up just as quick. Because I've got kids now that are growing up in a lot of stuff that's going on, and now that I step back and not in the mix of it, I can see what's actually happening. And I fear for them more than I fear for myself now. So, I mean, now I will be here, I will listen to what everybody's got to say, but please, if you got something to say about it, let me know so I can come to some kind of term.
How you feel about the white woman now? As you come and you learn more and more, as you come into consciousness and you realize more and more what's happening in the world, that changed how you felt about the white woman that you're married to?
I can't stand her gut because now I see what it is that's going on. And when they was going through all this, all the talk about white privilege and stuff like that, I never noticed it. I never noticed it because I looked at her at a different light. But once I was started to see people as they are and their cultures, I'm telling you, man, I was extremely upset because I saw the problem being forced on me, and I didn't even see it. When that movie, I know a lot of people didn't, say much about the movie Get Out, but that movie made me mad because it was so true, but yet it left out so much. And it's just unreal what I see nowadays. And a lot of the kids that I see, this is really not their fault. I mean, change is change. But some change is not a good change.
So are you going to get out?
Say that again?
Are you going to get out?
I have a 2-year-old with this woman now. And I honestly just fear his safety. If I'm not here, I'm afraid of what's going to happen. I need to wait till at least to where he can talk to me and tell me how he's feeling. Or if something happens to him, he can at least tell me. Because there's too much craziness going on to just let it slide.
Does she know you can't stand her?
Yeah. She don't really, I mean, I tell her I love her because I do love her. She's my wife and the mother of my child. But I don't like her. She is not the type of person that I found out that I would actually go out with, because the more and more we used to go out over the years, it got to the point to where she was acting a certain way. I thought it was just, just being a woman. But no, there's a lot more to it. A lot more to it. And I just at 52, I just think that a black man should not ever, from this point on, marry a white woman or vice versa, because they do not understand our culture and will never try to embrace it. They won't. I've been told by very, very influential men that I know, and they all say the same thing. They all say that the white culture will never embrace the black culture. Never. There will always be that separation. And these are men that, one of them is my father-in-law, who works at the Pentagon. He just passed away. And this is one thing he was just telling me, that it will never be this way. We will never get along, and they will never allow us to get away from them. Never. Just like all the diseases that are in the world, they bring the diseases. We are the healers. Our blood are the healers. They have the diseases, and they're trying to find a way to fix it by using us. I've paid so much attention to that's been happening, and I don't know what to even do about it anymore, because, like you said before, everybody's so accustomed to the American way. All the propaganda that's been forced down our throats. And it's crazy. now I just feel like I can't do for myself anymore. I just got to make sure that my 4 kids, even though 3 of them are grown, that they just know what path they need to pay attention to and not get swallowed up about what they're trying to get sucked in. But that's all about me. I'm just, like I said, I just wanted to just do a little venting because right now.
What sector of the Pentagon did he work at? Was he in the top secret sector, and or did he ever talk about it that you could share?
He's the consultant for the Pentagon. He did all the computers. He did all the computers, and I'm pretty sure he's seen some stuff then. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And my mother-in-law is the contract specialist for all their airplanes and stuff like that for the Pentagon. So, I mean, the things that they tell me, and my other son is in New Mexico, that you know, his grandfather is very, very wealthy. I mean, they pretty much run Albuquerque. That's what they do. They outfit the police force out there. That's what they do. It's the company that my father-in-law has out in Albuquerque, and he's the same way. Anybody who has power in any place that are white are going to do this to keep us where we are. And all this, and I don't know if y'all agree with me on this thing, but as far as all of this ancestry and all of this stuff that they've been doing lately, you know, where they want to know where everybody's coming from. I don't know if anybody even paid attention to why this thing has gotten so big. It's because, for one, I've looked at is white folks need to know how many people are becoming black. That's what this is for. They wanted to know how many people are becoming black. Anybody who mix with a black person is becoming black, which making them the minority. Their race is about to die. So therefore, they're trying to try to change that. That's what's happening right at the moment in Congress. And if anybody who isn't paying attention to that will get snowed under when it happens, because some people are not paying attention to what the underlying problems when they throw in so much other stuff on top of it to make you pay attention to when they're doing underlining stuff that other people aren't paying attention to. Because if anybody haven't paid attention to any of that, you would be stopped when it happens. Or they'll make it to where it happens so much that you won't even pay attention to it when it's coming at you. Because like I said, I've been in this white family, and I'm not talking about just trailer trash. These are people who make money. I mean, some serious money. Serious money. It's good to be. They will keep you around just so. I got plenty of black friends. Yeah, they got people, black friends that they know, but they're hypocrites. One, I'm telling you, big time. Big time. They will smile right in your face, and it doesn't matter who they are. Some people, you got some who realize the problem, and they try to help. That's admirable. It is very admirable of them. But for the most part, no, it's not them. It is not in their nature. And if you think I'm kidding, just I'm a people watcher. I watch people. I watch what they do, and I watch how they do it.
How did you hear about the Root Science conference call, brother? You was you have a Facebook?
No, LeVar Watson is a long friend of mine.
Oh, okay.
I did some work on this truck, and that's how we got reconnected again.
Okay. Yeah, man. So all this stuff going on, everything you talking about, we talked about that. We've been having these conference calls since 2013, And it's based around some it's based around some information that elders, the high elders, that make the Illuminati look like kindergartners. It's based on man. You know those what that white guy was talking about when he said that they saw some tall black people, like 7 feet tall.
Yeah,
their skin was black. Yeah, these people are in contact with them. So the information that they gave is root science, and they also gave mental techniques on what to do to reactivate. Because what they're trying to do is, black people were here. We've been here before the planet was here. We're the original gods on the planet. So they said we reached a state in time where there's certain black people that are seeded entities, if you want to put it that way, and they have to awaken. They're going to awaken regardless, but what can be an issue is you have people that have incarnated and they have formed a new soul in this lifetime. So what they're trying to do is the higher self part of them, the spirit part of them, is going to resurrect, but they're trying to get the soul aspect to resurrect with it, if you get what I'm saying.
Right. I do.
In other words,
I do.
Right. So that means that the person part of you, who you know yourself as, is really not the real you, but your higher self is the real you. That part of you, if you're one of the 144,000, you can resurrect. If you're one of those seeded entities, and those bodies that are deep, deep down under the pyramid of Egypt, inside of a temple that the Egyptian government supposedly have found, but they can't enter it. They can't dynamite it. They can't scratch the rock or nothing. They don't understand it, but it's an energy field that's in the molecular structure of the rock, according to the African elders. So they're doing everything in their power to, from the dream world, taking these people, inspiring them and directing them, and training them through initiation so that they can reach a point where they resurrect. But they said you have to separate from their system. You can't be out here in this city. You can't be going out to the lounge, getting drunk and all this different stuff like that. You can't do it. You can't do it. It ain't going to work for you. You have to become pure again. You have to regain your memory back. So there's certain techniques that they gave to rewire your mind so that you can have that total recall and you can remember your past lifetimes all the way to the point where you were God. You see? And so, but the genetics don't function properly if one is eating more than once every 3 days. The key to it is get down to once every 3 days. That's the key. And the body, when you get down to once every 3 days, what the white man called junk DNA in his stupidity, which now they're discovering that it's not really junk, they are so stupid that all the biology, that's why I keep telling these brothers, oh, Brother Moon, why you don't never talk about this, man? What do you think about, the Y chromosome and this type of chromosome? And what about the new chromosome that they found? Why are you chasing the white man? For what?
Yeah.
He's trying to catch up, and what he does have is most of it is incorrect, believe it or not. Just like they say that the galaxies, the universe is expanding. The African elders laugh at them. They said the planet Earth expands as it circles the sun, and it contracts. When it contracts, you say summertime, right?
Yeah.
And we get further away, you say wintertime. But since the cycles of the universe, or galactic cycles, some of them hundreds of thousands of millions, these people ain't been here for 6,000 years. You see? They're not even human beings, to be honest. And so these people, they're not. These people, they actually believe that it's expanding. So if you're standing on Mars and you're looking at the Earth moving away from the sun, and your lifespan for your entire race is only 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Then that's all you know. So you're going to write it in your books The first week, yeah, the universe is expanding. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Now, I'm not stupid. I know what they teach. I went to college. I took biology. I took chemistry. I know about moles and balancing elemental equations and stuff, and all this stupidity. But I know it's stupid and it's poisonous, and that's why some of the elders won't initiate certain children if they've been exposed to the white man's education. They won't do it. They won't do it because I don't want to get into all that stuff. But all I'm saying is,
I already know why. So I mean, I understand that part.
Yeah, they could die. They can end up dying because if you think a certain way, those energies that you're dealing with, that they expose you to, affect the physical body, where it can catch on fire, turn to ashes, and burn up. But the thoughts have to be so pure. Because thinking is energy. Thoughts are energy. And it's seen in your auric field. It's not something that's not real. It's real. A thought is something. It's real. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And it creates a frequency. If that frequency does not modulate with those refined high energies, guess what? You're going to die. So that's why they raise from yay high all the way up to prepare them, and some still don't make it in some tribes, you see. But if you do, then you become supernatural. You do things that that are looked at like you're not human.
Right.
Like Matty Domaso May said, he ended up going through one of he travels, dematerializes through the Earth's energy fields, and they know how to open up a warp hole in the house. And he said he ended up in the Sahara Desert one time. That's what he said. He ended up in he is standing in the Sahara Desert, like, what the? And then he had to go from that point and disappear and go somewhere else. And he said it was hot as hell out there. That's what he said. So, but we are supernatural people. It was meant for us to be in a forgetful state, let alone not remember your past lifetimes. But you can't even remember what happened yesterday. That's even cloudy.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So they're doing everything in the power. Huh?
I said most of the stuff that stops us from being able to recognize what we're trying to remember the next day is because most of the stuff, the poisons that they're giving us, is helping us to forget. It helps us to forget what we once knew.
Yeah. It said to forget a thing is actually a bad habit.
Yeah.
But see, they took us out of our natural environment where, as children, we were already mastering our memories as children.
Yeah.
But it took us out of the natural environment. Now everybody in a forgetful state. So gradually, those people who are those seeded entities, right, are right now 60,000 years old and don't even know it. Some round around bumping music. Some people do. You see what I'm saying? People don't even know.
I got you. I got you.
So what I'm saying is those people that it was 144,000. Every time you say that, people think you're talking about religion. People don't know that religion is made up bull crap. But they had to have something in order to come up with an idea to make something up. In other words, they had a seed of truth, and they took that truth, fabricated it, and formed religions. One of the truths is that number, 144,000. That is the number of the government system on our planet when we ruled the planet over 50,000 years ago. We had 144,000 people a part of the government. Then it was 144 chiefs above them, and above them was 24 people. Half of them are female, half male. You see? So all the stuff that black folks going through right now, we actually caused this to take place, not as a mistake. because God don't make mistakes.
Well, isn't
You can't say.
Isn't this something that the pharaohs used to preach back then? Man and woman are one.
There you go. 24 elders. I want to say that 24 elders actually 12 gods. That's what he say. When man and woman come together, they consider that one. But over here in America, dealing with these crackers, they consider it two. Everything is separate.
Right.
They divide stuff up so much, and then you be like, man, it's so complicated. They acing in school, but their school systems are for retards. That's why you can't understand it that well. You have to be around these people and raised in those types of school systems. You know what I'm saying? They talk about, well, we excel in academics. That's because your school is based on retardation. The whole thing, the way of the basis of it, how you go about, it's retarded to look in a book and you say, this is this, and I have to memorize it and then regurgitate it. And you say I'm smart for that? Come on, man. Yeah. It's ignorant. We don't learn things. We remember what we already know. Because black people know all. We don't have a beginning. So, but that's one thing I wanted to touch on. I wanted to just to cover the flavor of the conversation so that it make more sense to other people out there. And and some people got this information. I'm not reading it out of Black True Science book per se. I'm reading it off the cover of the hard copy. It's basically the same thing, but I just like how they put it together, you know.
Right.
But the Illuminati, as they call the secret societies, these people will make them look like kindergartners. And trust me, their system is it was on one leg. They're no longer standing. The only power that these people have now is the power that we give them. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all they have.
Right. most of us right now are still scared because we've been held back for so long, and now that we got the kind of upper leg, they don't even know what to do with it.
No, they don't. They don't. And they talking about reparations and that 40 acres in the mule stuff about the year 2020.
You know what, man? I don't even believe in that kind of stuff. If you want to make reparations to people, then you know what they do? You know what they need to do? For every piece of land that they stole from somebody who owned that land, they need to take that person. They can keep that house and the land, but they pay them for it. Don't pay the government. Pay the person that you stole it from. You know, just pay them people back that money. Don't give them reparations. Yeah. This is for everybody. Then everybody else can they can balance the everything else by doing that.
Well, see, my thing is this, man. They can't, to be honest with you, the stuff that they did to us, not in the past 400 years, 500 years, over the period of, since they've been here 6,000 years ago. People don't understand, when they was in caves for 2,000 years, they still were doing stuff to us because the energy was radiating from their mind, which affects the planet, which caused the animals to act crazy. And mosquitoes on the planet eating folks up, poisonous snakes and all kind of stuff based on the fact of their nature. You don't have to be in their proximity. We on the same planet.
Like I said before, the disease is with them. We are the healers.
That's right. And that's why I was saying earlier about this event that we having, with this camping out with the nations coming together and stuff like that. This is very much so needed. Nature yearns for us to come out there. You know, they just hit the parade for us to be like that, because that shows that, hey, these people have got conscious enough to have enough inspiration to get up off their butts, to go out there on some land to start a process of separating, having our own things, our own technology, our own mind, our own schools, our own businesses, our own everything. You see what I'm saying? Their own forms of energy. Now,
we did that before.
I'm glad you said that. We did do it before, and it was 14 historical documented times that we done it throughout the United States. And what they did, they came, they bombed it, they killed us, they did everything else. However, as of the year 1914, which marks the end of the devil's rule, where they was given 100 years of extension to 2014, right?
Mhm.
And that
Yeah,
rule was
that's
cut
right.
off completely. And now the what we lost as far as the universal sciences, all this stuff is coming back. Everybody's getting initiated again in the dream world. It's already going on. Why do you think all these people is becoming conscious again? Everybody leaving the churches. And why is all that happening? The DNAs are going off and the initiations from the dream world.